So just before 1 o'clock this afternoon, our tactical unit members, our bomb squad folks, entered the court building. Took appropriate security precautions, bomb suit, also employed the use of our bomb robot. Went into the building and they extracted the device from the x-ray machine utilizing the robot. Just momentarily, or a short time ago, the robot exited the building, placed the device inside our transport vessel, which is a bomb transport vessel. The truck's going to be leaving momentarily, and we'll be taking that to an undisclosed location in Calgary here, where we will render that device. We'll have a look at it first, a little closer in a safer environment, and if necessary, we'll disrupt it or render it safe in some form or another. At this point, the courthouse is still closed down, of course, for evidentiary reasons. We want to make sure that we collect everything that we need to collect in and around where the suspect was. We're still interviewing the suspect. I don't have any updates on that person. What I can tell you is that in the Marlborough Mall parking lot area, we have a vehicle that we believe may be associated to this particular incident. That vehicle has also been cordoned off. We haven't done anything yet with that vehicle. It'll likely be involving tactical as well. So at this point, it is just secured at that location. And then once we get more information from our tactical bomb unit folks, once they have a chance to look at the device in a safer environment, then we'll do that. At this point, LRT is opening up again for regular service, and we'll try to get folks back into the court building as soon as possible.
Now, the clerks have already been told they can go home for the day, so should we assume that there will be no more court running today, even once it's opened?
Yeah, at this point, we're just until we have a look at the area in and around. I mean, there's some other personal property other than the device that was taken away belonging to the suspect, so we're going to have to gather that. Our ident unit's going to have to come in, take necessary photos, collect any other evidence for future court purposes. And at that point, once from an evidentiary point of view, if we have no need for the scene, then we will release the scene and it'll be opened up again. Now given this late in the day, a determination of who stays, who goes home, that would certainly be with the courts, not with us. So we're going to try to get that scene opened up as quickly as possible and get folks back to a regular day here.
And what about the street? Belong to the person you guys are talking to?
We don't know what the connection is yet to this individual, but we do believe that the vehicle is associated to this matter. So I'm not sure if the vehicle belongs to that person or not.
Well, how are you putting the two together?
Probably intel information that we have, and I don't know if it's a registered vehicle to that individual. We just have information that that vehicle may be associated to this individual and this particular matter, but we don't know what the connection is.
So is there a chance he left his vehicle there, hopped on the C train to the court?
It's possible. We'll know that as soon as we get more information that we're talking about.
Is there any more confirmation that the individual was attending his own court matter?
No, we haven't been able to determine why he was in the court building.
Sorry, is the car cordoned off in case there could be any suspicious packages there as well?
Yeah, we're going to take the same necessary precautions in the event there's something in that vehicle. So at this point, like I say, it's the scene over there has been cordoned off. I don't know how big the cordon area is, but they're taking the precautions they need in the event there's something in that vehicle, but at this point we don't know. So
is the mall evacuated then as well?
I don't know what the other precautions have been taken at the mall area. I just know that vehicle and the surrounding area around it has been cordoned off.
Any other suspects in the mall incident?
Not that we're aware of.
What can you tell us about him?
We don't know a lot about him yet. We're just still trying to determine. I mean, we probably have identification on him now, not something that we could share quite yet. But as far as who he is, what his background is, and again, we have to remember that until we determine what this package is, we really can't speculate. And we're assuming that it might be some kind of suspicious device, but in the end, after we go through our process here and our tactical members have a look at it, it may not be anything. So at this point, we have somebody in our custody for investigative reasons. We're talking to him. We have this device and we're going to try to determine what it is, and we have a vehicle that we think is involved. So a lot of unanswered questions. Hope to get those questions answered as soon as we can.
Any idea what, even if this turns out to be just a hoax device, non-explosive, he's obviously disrupted a lot of the downtown core, and you now are dealing with two scenes. What could he be charged with?
Well, I guess that would have to be determined once we know what that device is. I mean, if it's nothing, then there would be no charges. But if there is any kind of device, whether a hoax or not, certainly we would consult with the Crown and we would determine what the most appropriate charge would be. It could be from public mischief to whatever, depending, again, it all depends on what that package is and also what we get out of interviewing the person, which is both kind of ongoing as we speak.
Can you speak to just the resources that you've had to put into this?
Well, significant, only because of the need to secure the area, to ensure safety of Calgarians. The sheriffs assisted us in evacuating the courthouse. We had to cordon off what we believed would be a safe and reasonable corridor around the court building. Again, you never know what you're dealing with these packages. So that takes resources. And then a good portion, if not all of our tactical team was involved. Certainly our explosive experts, our real-time operations center, our command and control center. I mean, these are all things that have to be in place. You saw here at the command center area a lot of our emergency service partners, fire, bylaw, transit, EMS. I mean, these are things we have to have in place because we have to be prepared for what an eventuality may be. And you know, if it turns out to be nothing, I think the expectation is that we're going to take every measure we can to ensure that people are safe, and that if we needed those resources, they would have been close by and ready to react. So as far as numbers, I don't know, but you know, in a situation like this, we have to be prepared. We'll bring in the resources that we need.
Any ETA on when the bomb might be disrupted?
You know what, that takes time. These are dangerous situations, so these are very, very skilled, highly trained folks, and they'll go out and they'll use X-rays, and they'll you know, there's other disruption devices they can use, and you know, depending on what they see and what they do, I mean, that's a piece of evidence, so they have to keep in mind that they may be required to keep that or to somehow render it safe for future court purposes. So it's not something that's going to be done quickly, and there's a significant amount of safety precautions that have to be taken when you're dealing with a suspicious package like that. So I would suspect it would take some time. Yeah.
If it turns out to be nothing and you don't lay charges, some people might categorize this as a massive overreaction. How would you respond to that?
You know what? I would rather be criticized for a massive overreaction when you have a suspicious package that even our tactical experts, when they saw the photo, went, yeah, this is concerning enough that we're going to take this action. In the end, I think I would rather say, you know what, we did what we thought was right at the time and it ended up being nothing, rather than something happening and saying, why didn't you take the necessary precautions? So we will always err on the side of protecting the public and the safety of the public, and sometimes it's legitimate, sometimes we find out it's not, but we're never going to compromise safety in error of the number of resources we put to something like this.
Do you know when traffic will be, have the lines come down now, the police do?
No, in and around the area we've opened up the LRT corridor. So traffic will be flowing, the LRT will be flowing, but the court building for now will still remain closed until our forensic ident folks get in. We seize the remainder of the property of the individual and then get the photos and whatever else we need for potentially future court case. And then once it's done, then everything will be opened up and everybody will be back to normal again.
I know you can't tell us a lot about who this person is, but any history with police prior to this?
I have no information on who this person is at all, not yet. I haven't had a chance to talk to our investigators. Just that he was taken into custody at the scene right away by the sheriff, turned over to us, and we're still speaking to him right now. So.
Is he being cooperative?
I believe so. I have heard nothing to the contrary. So.
Sorry, are vehicles driving now on 6th Avenue?
I believe just prior to coming here to speak to you, it was a matter of moments before all the roads are going to be opened up.
All the roads?
So, yep. The only thing we're going to keep secure is the actual court building. So that should be happening. If it hasn't happened yet, it will be happening relatively quickly.
Why the need to keep the court secure?
For investigative right now. We just want to get in there. There's a property that belongs to the suspect that's still there. We only removed the suspicious device. So we're going to go in there, still considered a crime scene. So we'll go in, we'll take the necessary stuff that's still there belonging to him, take photos, all the forensic crimes and stuff. And then once that's done and we can release the scene, we have no need for the scene anymore, then it'll be opened up again. But right now we want to get in there, do what we need to do from an investigative point of view at the scene, and then we'll release it as quickly as we can.